Today was our big grocery shop day. We went to Dollar Tree, Grocery Outlet, and Walmart and got a whole bunch of stuff, you know, pantry things and refrigerator things. I was looking for some things to make for tomorrow because we're going to be bringing some food to Eddie's mother and to his friend, who we sometimes help out with that from time to time. And I wanted to have a couple of things to bring that were going to be tasty and kind of filling for the winter. So when I was in Grocery Outlet, I noticed they had these Hamburger Helpers. They were Cheeseburger Macaroni and 99 cents each. I picked up 2 of those. They suggested having some tomatoes in there, diced tomatoes. So I picked up a can of diced tomatoes for 99 cents. And they, in addition to the ground beef, they also suggested maybe a little bit of bacon and some extra cheese. So obviously, I'm not going to be using 3 pounds of bacon, 3 pounds of beef, or all this cheese, but I did get them to use in this recipe, and then the rest I'll freeze for other recipes. So this was about $7, 3 pounds of bacon ends. This was about $7, 3 pounds of ground beef, and this was about $7, and it's let's see, how much is it? 32 ounces, whatever that is, of grated cheese. So I can use all those things, just little bits of it, and the whole cost of the meal will probably be around at this point maybe $5 or $6 or $7, which I think is pretty awesome to feed 3 people. Anyway, I'm going to get started preparing the meat, and we'll be back in a moment. So I cut that 3-pound package of meat into thirds, and this is about 1 pound of meat. I put it in the electric frying pan, and I'm just browning it right now, breaking it up and browning it. I put it into the frying pan dry. Actually, Eddie taught me that. I don't add any oil. Obviously, this is kind of a non-stick pan. I don't know how non-stick it is now after all these years, but at any rate, it does create its own liquid, so you don't have to worry about oiling the pan or anything like that. So I'm just going to cook this until they're browned through, and then I'm going to put in a little bit of bacon and cook that up too. Well, I just finished cooking up the ground beef, and I drained it and set it aside for afterwards. I took the bacon and took a lot of the fat off of it as much as I could, and I netted about half a cup of diced bacon, which I'm going to now throw into the frying pan and cook until fairly crisp. Our bacon's done. It's cooked enough. I'm just going to take that out of the pan and add it to our meat, which is right here. You put that in, all those additives in after the pasta is finished. And I'll be making the pasta in this pan also. There we go. Another thing that I've done is I've already gone ahead and drained the can of diced tomatoes I was going to put in at the end. So what I'm going to do right now is add the tomatoes to this. So we're ready, you know, to mix them all in when the time comes. When I drain them into a measuring cup, because we have to add, I think, 3 cups of hot water. So we have almost a cup here of tomato juice. So we'll use some of the liquid to make the noodles also. What I forgot to mention, because I somehow didn't even see it, is you also need to add 4 cups of milk to these 2 boxes, because the cheese packages, I guess, are powder and not cheesy. So we're going to do that too. All right, I'll be right back as we start our pasta. Okay, I added some hot water to our tomato juice or tomato water to make 3 cups, which is what the doubling of the recipe calls for. Now it says to mix these cheesy packs of powdered, I guess the powdered sauce, in with the hot water. So we're going to do that. There's one. There's another one. Mix those until it's dissolved. Whisk. There we go. And then I'm going to put it in my heated pan like this. And then it says to add the pasta and the milk. I'm going to add pasta from one box, from the second box. And since one package calls for 2 cups of milk, I have 4 cups of milk here, and I'm going to add that last. I think it's going to be a tight fit here, but it will be okay. There we go. Not such a tight fit. I'm going to give that one, maybe a little stir. Let me find my spoon there. One quick stir to make sure everything's incorporated, the noodles. And I'm going to cover this and let it simmer, it says, for about 12 minutes. I'll come back to check on it and see how it's doing in about 10 minutes. Well, I brought the noodles and the sauce to a boil at about 350 on my electric frying pan, and then I turned it down to about 250, 200. I kind of adjusted it there, here and there until I found a happy medium. And the noodles are done, but I'm finding this still to be a little bit soupy, so I'm going to leave it open and just let it maybe boil for a few more moments before I put the rest of the ingredients in. One thing they suggest on the package, and also I'm doing it right now, is to go in and from time to time just stir the noodles, otherwise they tend to stick to the bottom. I'm going to let this cook down in a few minutes, and then we're going to add the rest of the goodies, which are the bacon, the beef, and the tomatoes. Okay, it's been a few moments. I've turned the electric frying pan down to warm, and I'm going to add the other ingredients. And then we'll be done. And that is a pound of hamburger, a can of diced tomatoes, which have been drained, and about a half a cup of diced up bacon. There we go. And this will make the cheeseburger macaroni and cheese. Actually looks pretty good. Make a lot. I did a double portion, so it's going to make quite a bit for all the people I'm cooking for tonight. And here's the last amount. Mix that in. I'm going to put the phone down for a moment, and I'll show you what this looks like all mixed up. So here we are, the finished product. The meat and the tomatoes and the bacon soaked up whatever extra sauce there was. In the directions on the side of the box, they say you can add extra cheese, and I actually was planning to do that. However, I think it's cheesy enough just the way it is, and what I'm going to do right now is have Eddie come in and give it a try and let us know how it came out. Well, I just served up Eddie a bowl full. What do you think, babe?
It's real good.
Is it good? Do you think it's good enough for your mom and for your friend?
They may not get none. It's that good.
I'm really glad. Good.
Thanks, babes. Very
Good. Well, there you have it. It's whoops. And since I doubled up, quite a bit of there's quite a bit of food here. Enough for Eddie, enough for his mom, enough for his friend, and everyone will be well satisfied. I did go ahead and when I was at the Dollar Tree get a couple of these plastic containers. 2 for $1, so I'll be filling these up and bringing them in those containers. Well, that concludes tonight's episode of What's for Dinner. We took the Hamburger Helper Cheeseburger Macaroni and followed the directions for doubling it up. I also added a can of diced tomatoes, which were drained, a pound of meat, a half a cup of bacon that was diced real small. I think it ended up being 4 cups of milk and about 3 cups of hot water. And followed the directions and came out with something quite spectacular. Now, according to the box, each box has 5 1-cup servings in there after it's been cooked. So we basically ended up with 10 servings and maybe a little bit more than a cup because we added the meat and all that sort of stuff. I figured the milk, the tomatoes, the meat, all that sort of stuff came to about $9 for this entire doubling up. So if it serves 10 servings, that's less than $1 a serving. And if you do a half amount or just one box, it probably ends up being $4.50 or something like that. And it's still you know, less than $1 a serving, and there's a lot to be said for that. Plus, it looks good. It's real pretty. Great potluck meal. Great winter meal. Or if you're having a lot of people coming over and you want something cheap and easy and quick to make, which will fill everyone's tummy, that's great. Right now it's really clear. The rain has stopped. I just checked the weather. It's about 46 degrees outside. The moon is rising. We had a super moon yesterday that we couldn't see because it was raining, but tonight's as clear as a bell. So I'm going to go put on a big warm jacket and blanket and make a cup of tea and sit out with Eddie on the porch, and we're just going to watch that rise. I hope you're having a beautiful evening wherever you are, and thank you so much for watching.